inspired by her research and open approach because she was part of the artists that shared online their work freely and make people like me learn electronics. So with all these influences and the poetry and also the fact that I enter some kind of rabbit hole in the electronic world as a child who just discovered all the things you can do with this medium, I could see that it was not only a tool, but also a form of sharing, but also care and a way of telling stories. This reflection led me to one of my main projects. It's called Maison, which means house in French. Maison is a project that explores how birds inhabit the world through their songs and how vital it is for them to exist and meet each other within fragile acoustic environments. The project began in the Misery Marches, which is actually a funny word, but it's the name of the marches I've been here. It was in Essonne. It's a region close to Paris, and it's a protected natural area, which means that normally no public can go there. This is a place owned by public community, and the main goal is to protect the biodiversity of this place. There I recorded and studied the songs of local bird species, so like reed warblers, for example, or tree creeper, cisticolas, etc. And then translated them into electronic frequencies and rhythmic pattern. So these are my own drawings of messy electronic circuits. Each circuit in the installations, they are a bit like Kelly Eaton's work, oscillators, but also sequencer, filters, etc. Each of them are hand soldered and made from old circuits found online and revisited. So from Look Mom Non Computer, Kelly Eaton, and other circuits I found online that I haven't actually found the name of the creators because, yeah, people are generous. This is the main installation. It's a house. It's a house made of electronic circuits. And visitors can interact with this piece, turning the bird frequency through knobs and potentiometers like synthesizer. And the result is some kind of living sound ecosystem where every circuit vibrates like a small electronic creature, but also resonates with each other, like everything is interconnected. This is a project that studies as well the resemblance between electrical ecosystem and natural ones and their connection and delicate balance. Like if you remove only one component, it's going to disturb the entire ecosystem. And it goes with the idea that I found by reading Bernie Krauss, The Great Animal Orchestra's book, that if one species disappears from the orchestra, it affects the whole orchestra. So this is a parallel I used to make a lot in my work. But yeah, it brings forward as well a paradox, because using technology, which is often and most of the time part of the destruction of the living, using it as a potential tool for listening and for listening what is missing, I kind of like to study a lot this paradoxal approach and the complex feeling it brings by experiencing it, like nostalgia, melancholia, but also poetry. My work questioned a lot how technology, I just said it, that, sorry. Yeah, it questioned like how this source of environmental destruction can also become a medium of care. And notably, thanks to this DIY approach, open source practice, and form of electronic activism that would love to resist planned obsolescence and the techno-solutionist mindsets of capitalist societies, like the fact that we have, how do you say, not pattern, but we have projects now that try to replace bees by robot bees. Yeah, this is not a project that goes in that direction, obviously. What I try to make appear, to create, was the fact that entering this house of artificial birds gives our present a dystopian feeling, but also give a lot of strength to our need to build and rebuild poetic and sensitive refuges where slowness is important, meditation and admiration is important, like a sensitive refugees in a collapsing world. And the idea of, in this project is a lot of modular ideas, like it's adaptable, if that's a correct language. In France, I collaborate a lot with the French Bird Protection League, like LPO, Ligue pour la protection des oiseaux. It's a national association that studies and record and monitor birds around the entire country. And the idea is anytime that I go somewhere, I'm going to adapt the piece to the birds that are nesting in this area. So that's what I'm doing here in Latvia. Maya, the piece, which is a work in progress just next to this, behind this wall, is actually one of the first adaptation of Maison. I'm in residency here since the beginning of October, and I'm staying at the Thiemery National Park, which is 40 minutes driving from here, and which is an amazing place, which is really beautiful. I'm adapting this piece to the Latvian territories and the species of Latvia. So, yeah, Maya is also means also house in Latvian, obviously, and I have the chance to live for a while, like until the end of the month, among the birds territory and also the people who share the same landscape with these birds. So with the nature science team of Thiemery. Do I pronounce it well? Thiemery? Yes, thanks. Okay, let me introduce you the birds. I just wanted to show you a little list, not the full list. It's still a work in progress, but the bird that I've been started to study, and I wanted to make you listen a little bit their song and calls. This one is a wood sandpiper, and it has some kind of rippling sound. Now you can recognize him. You have the beard riddling, which I really love. He looks really funny, and also the sound is actually really beautiful and a bit metallic. This one, I mean, all of them are important, but this one is important for the nature science team because it's a white-backed woodpecker and it's a park emblem. It's nesting only in ancient forests that are actually very fragile nowadays, and forests with a lot of dead wood, and that's why it's the symbol of the Thiemery Park, because he's like it is this fragile ecosystem built over the years and years and years, like hundreds of years I'm talking about, is perfect exactly for this kind of for this species, and it's disappearing a lot today. It's very rare to find one. It was a small call. You have the black woodpecker. Maybe this one is a bit more common, and then you know him. He has some kind of echoing cries, and I had the chance to have one like only 5 meters away from me. So I feel very lucky of this experience. And last but not least, the golden plover, which has somehow a melancholic call, I would say. And you can, most of the time, see him is very hard, but you can hear him over in the bogs of Thiemery. So, yeah, each of these birds has its own way of inhabiting the world with their sound, with rhythm, variation, and repetition. Some of these species have become very rare. They are almost spectral now, especially in autumn. I am working on their absence as much as I'm working on their presence in the park. So the installation here, Maya, it continues the spirit of Maison. It's a place for electronic birds where artificial sounds become memory, mourning, and care. Yeah, I'm almost down. Just wanted to add a little thing about sharing and electronics and sharing. Because the more I move forward in my work and the more I'm drawn to analog electronics. Analog electronics, it's the old school electronics, like systems that work without data, without computers, and only with simple components connected to each other. Component that you can see, then you can touch, and then you can repair yourself as well. It's, for me, returning to some more tangible way of using technology, and like, you know, in a world where you can feel how things works. So for me, it's also a form of taking back control over technology, and which is actually something I never dared to do before, because I never went to an engineering school, and because of my gender as well. Now I see it differently, and the act of soldering, of building and repairing, it's a way of understanding and of connecting with the material world. So today, sharing this practice has become essential to me. Opening the circuits, demystifying them, showing that anyone, especially people who didn't feel legitimate to approach electronics before, anyone can build, listen, and repair. And that's part of my artistic and political gesture today, and that's what matters to me. And at last, as I move forward as well, I want to give a larger space and place in my work to associations and scientists and philosophers fighting for biodiversity, because without them, we cannot act responsibly, and we must today listen to them. Yeah, it's important to include intersectional movement that works with ecology, because we cannot speak of caring for life without rethinking of dominant relationship to the world, to nature, to others, and yeah, to all the forms of living beings. Yeah, thank you very much.